one of the many projects you've been involved in over the years. You talk about this passion for the church, and a massive event which really captured the attention of a lot of Christians, certainly evangelical Christians in this country, was March for Jesus, which really became an international movement. For those who haven't heard of it before, perhaps for those who are kind of my age, maybe in their 20s.
Maybe never heard of Graham Kendrick.
Not even heard of Graham Kendrick.
What?
I'm sure everyone's heard of Graham Kendrick. But March for Jesus specifically, for someone, as I say, of my age, it's amazing to read about that time. I'd love to hear from you as one of the organisers. Just give us a bit of a bird's eye view of what that movement was, of what happened and the significance of it.
There are a few occasions in my life when you sense you've got caught up in something that is far bigger than any of us that were involved in it. And March for Jesus was one of those things. I'd love to say, we sat down and we strategized and we prayed and came up with this great idea, which was about to become this kind of worldwide movement, because it became a worldwide movement. I mean, 180 countries, 60 million people involved in it. So a phenomena, actually. And I think a gift from the church here in the UK to the world. Yeah. Still continues to today. You're going to go to South America, you get millions of people still marching for Jesus. This is incredible. But, how does it start? Well, actually, it started with a kind of bright idea to have a prayer event in the City of London. In fact, the idea originally had been to have it in the meat market. And then we kind of went and visited the meat market. Let me tell you, the meat market smells terribly. You've got all these stalls there. Yeah. It would have been impossible.
It's a bit messy and a bit bloody as well, right?
Exactly. So we said, anyway, we're going to do it. So we're going to do it. And we decided we'd meet outside the market. Yeah. And we'd go around the city and we'd pray different spots. Now, we just put a few adverts out and telling people it was going on. And I remember driving into London that day, and I was living south of London. And it was as if someone in heaven was taking buckets and just pouring it over London. It was absolutely torrential rain. And I'm driving into London thinking, this is just going to be so embarrassing. Nobody's going to turn up. Yeah. Anyway, 15,000 people turned up in the pouring rain. And they didn't march for Jesus. It was called the City March. But it was one of those moments when you say, God's in this. And the year after, we remembered to pray for the weather. We had what was the very first March for Jesus. And it was in 1988. It started in the Embankment, and it was over 50,000 people turning up to pray through the streets of London. And it was just extraordinary. I can remember to this day standing on the embankment, just a little stage there, and seeing people coming across the bridges and filling the embankment. And we were hearing way down the embankment, they were having to stop people coming out of underground stations because it was all chock-a-block. And we marched and we prayed and we went through into Hyde Park. And you just realised this was of God. And we began to take it on from there, and other people came from other parts of the world, from mainland Europe initially, and then it just spread.